I need water after talking that long. Save the belugas. Yes, that was 5. I know how to count. It's fine. Hi, hello, and good evening. A very late good evening, but nonetheless good evening. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, I'm Helena, and today we're going to be doing 25 books that I want to read in 2025. There's quite a few to get through, so grab a snack or coffee or whatever, and let's get to it. So the first ones that I want to talk about are the ones that are new releases. There's Immortal Dark, An Honored Vow, Onyx Storm, Scythe and Sparrow, Where Did You Go? So those are the 5 that are coming out next year. Most of them, all but Immortal Dark, are either January or February. The beginning of the year will be quite packed with new releases, but Immortal Dark 2 doesn't come out until September. So we've got a while, hence the cover's not even revealed yet. Those are the 5 new releases that I want for 2025. Those are the only ones that are on my radar as of now, but of course it'll always change and I'll always just keep adding more books to the TBR. So who knows what will be this time next year. And then we can get into the books that I actually have physically already and that I just haven't gotten to yet. So the first one is Broken Bonds by J. Bree. This is the Bonds That Tie book 1 I've been wanting. I've had the first 3 for a hot minute now and I still haven't read it, but there's, I don't even know how many there is now, but there's like 7 or 8 or something, I don't know, but it's quite a large series. So, but I'm excited for that one because I've heard that that one is actually pretty good, and it's either a reverse harm or it's a why choose. It's one of those two, I can't remember exactly. Then, since I read The Naturals this year, I am dying to finally pick up The Inheritance Game. This is another book that I've had for so long that I just haven't gotten to yet. But since I did read the Naturals series, and her writing is so easy to read and just very quick and bingeable writing, I need to read this now because I know that I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes' writing. Then we have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Again, I've had for a very long time, and with Daydream coming out this past year, I have just seen so much about this series and I'm just dying to know. And also, these covers are just freaking adorable and I love them, and I'm kind of in the mood for a hockey romance right now actually. So, but no, because I have a whole TBR to get to, so no, in 2025 we will. Then I need to continue on the Twisted series. I'm on Twisted Hate, so we are on the 3rd one, and I've heard that this one's good. And also this follows Josh and Jules as a couple, and I loved them in both of the other books, and we got like little hints of them and their love-hate relationship in the other books, so I'm kind of excited for this one. Also, I've heard that this one is one of the better ones. Okay, and then next, I have been wanting to read this since I've been watching Allie, because she just talks about it all the time, is Indigo Ridge. She kind of compares this to the Chestnut Spring series just because it's like cowboyish, but there is mystery in this. At least in this one there is. I don't know if there's mystery in all of them, but it does follow all of the Edens, so it is similar to the Chestnut Spring series in the fact that the Chestnut Spring series covered all of the Edens. Indigo Ridge is definitely on the TBR for 2025. Now we've got a couple hardbacks that I have. So this is from Book of the Month. It's The Dagger and the Flame. I saw Rachel just read this in a vlog and she made me want to read it even more. And also, I just love this cover. It is just super cute and stunning and gorge. And it's a little enemies to lovers fantasy, romantasy. And yeah, I've just been super dying to read this, so I'm excited to get to it in 2025 for sure. Then another book that I have been excited to read, and I feel like I might be getting into a kind of like a Percy Jackson like mythology era, and so I put the games gods play on the TBR for 2025. Like I said, I might be in my mythology era right now, or soon, because I've been just gravitating towards so many mythological books like this that involve gods and stuff like that. But this is definitely on the list. I am so excited to read this, and it has like trials and stuff like that, so I'm excited. Then we have Heartless Hunter. I have seen everyone reading this, especially as of late, because the second one comes out in February, so they've all been reading this before the second one comes out. I need to see what is happening, and also witches, duh, that's an immediate yes. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, especially with a witch and a witch hunter. You're looking at the girl who has rewatched Sabrina about 80 times, so I think that this is a yes, and it is definitely very high on my list of 2025 if I don't get to it this month and stray from the TBR. But I have a good TBR this month, so I'm trying not to stray from it, but I'm just in the mood where I want to read everything that I don't know what I want to read, and then when I pick up one book, I'm in the mood for 80 other books, so it's hard. I wish I read faster. Then we have another series that I'm already in the middle of, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I just heard that this is a little bit more politically than the first one, and I loved the first one. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved it, but it was because it was so jam-packed with action that I loved it, and I just couldn't put it down, and I just wanted to keep turning the pages and keep picking it up. And I've heard that this one is not like that, but I've heard that it's still good. But I want to read this so bad to get to The Songbird in the Heart of Stone, because I'm excited about her story, but I have to read this one first. So definitely this one, and obviously The Songbird and the Heart of Stone are both on my list for 2025. But yeah, but I love Rain, so I know that I'm still gonna like this no matter what. We have a new release, well, sort of new release this year, is Bloodguard. Like I said in my book haul video, that I got this from Book of the Month, and this just sounds so good because it sounds like the Gladiator movie, and I'm obsessed with it, mixed with a little bit of fantasy. This just sounds so good, and I'm actually very excited for it. And also I just love that it's like a simple cover, but I love the simplicity of it. But I am so excited because I'm hoping that there's a little bit of blood, guts, and gore in this. I hope there's also a little bit of a like forced alliance kind of thing, because that's what it seems like from the little synopsis. See, I'm just in the mood to read all of these right now. Like, I wish I could just binge books. Like, I wish I could just shoop through books, because that would be, I feel like that would be good and bad. Good because then I could get through books so much faster, but bad because then I might run out of books. On to the next stack of books. Each one is about a different childhood story, so you do not have to read them because they are not connected in any way, shape, or form to each other, but they are part of a series. So I don't know what that's technically called, but, and that is Hooked. I have had this for a while. Like I said, I've had this first one for a minute, but I just bought Wretched. I want Scarred, and there's a couple others that I want in the series, but I don't know if I would read all of them in the series. This is one of them that I do want to read in the series for sure, and Wretched is very high on the list too, because I think that that one sounds slightly more interesting than this one. Then we're back to the whole me being in a mythology era kind of mood, because I did just pick this up the other day actually. Blood of Hercules. This sounds so good. This is sounding similar to Percy Jackson. I love Percy Jackson. I love the movies, which I know a lot of people did not like the movies, especially if they've read the books. I heard that they did not like the movies that much, but I loved the movies. But I also loved the actors that they had for the movies as well, so that's probably a big part of it. I love the actors that they had. I saw that they remade it into a show now, which I have not watched that, but I've heard that that one's okay. But this one is about a female Hercules, which is a sleigh, and I'm just actually so excited to read this. Like I said, I just picked this up the other day, but it sounds so good that I want to read it right now, and I'm in the mood where I want to read everything all at once. I want all of it. And watch me read hardly any of these in 2025 because I'm just not in the mood for them when 2025 actually comes around. Watch that happen because I would not be surprised with myself actually. Then we have Miss Alex Astor with Lightlark. I have been dying to read this, especially since just like Heartless Hunter, I've been seeing this all over the place because the third one did just come out. I've seen Sarah Crowley read it, I've seen Madison read it, I've seen just like a bunch of YouTubers reading this lately. I need it, and the premise is just so intriguing. I have held off on getting the third one even though it just came out, but I do have this one and Nightbane, so I don't know why I held off on getting Skyshade. Maybe because I haven't even read it yet and I'm trying to be a little bit better with my money, but it's very, very hard. What if I binge this and binge Nightbane and then, wow, I don't have Skyshade because I was trying to save money and be good and be financially responsible and not buy a gajillion books at a time, but here we are. It's about this island that comes up every 100 years and like they try to break their curses or something. Yeah, it's to break their curses of the realms. Next is Savage Lands, and I feel like I have heard no one talk about this in a very long time. This was popular when it first came out, I think, when Book Talk first was getting very popular back like during COVID times. This was very popular back then, and I have the first one, but I don't have any of the other ones. I heard that this is based on Jason Momoa, and if you know me in real life, you know that I am obsessed with Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is my all-time favorite, and I know that he's old enough to be my dad. I don't care. He's still the love of my life. I still love him. I watch him from Stargate Atlantis, which is one of the very early things that he was actually in. And most people do not watch that show, but that show is so good and I love him in it. Because this is based on Jason Momoa, it will be on my list for 2025, and I honestly totally forgot that I had this until I was searching through my shelves seeing what I should put on my 2025 TBR. Next we have The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and I actually just picked up this version. I had the old version. I have had this version for the longest time and I hate this version, if I'm gonna be completely honest. This is gorgeous. It's another hockey romance. This is another one that I've had on my shelf for so long that I forgot that I had it. And we are up to our last 5 books of 2025. I generally would love to finish this entire series in 2025. I'm actually going to. The drama from book 7. If you watched my last video, you know, because I showed my reaction to the ending of number 7. Zodiac Academy number 8, Sorrow and Starlight. I just truly don't know what is in this book. I truly don't know what else could happen, if I'm being completely honest. I do know that a certain someone doesn't come back until the very end of this book, so that's gonna be not very fun, reading this entire book basically without him. Wish me luck with this one, and like I said, I would love to finish the whole series because I think that we are gonna get, in fact, a happy ending in number 9, but obviously not towards the literal end of 9. I have a feeling she's going to put us through more shit in this and more shit in number 9. The Twisted Sisters have truly so many series. I do want to read the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac as well. I would love to get to that series as well as finishing this. These next couple are some newer ones that I did pick up recently, but they are very pretty high on my list. I've heard nothing but good things about Sophie Lark, so we have The Brutal Prince on the list for 2025 because, like I said, I've heard nothing but good things, and I do have her other books, There Is No Devil and There Are No Saints. But like, Sophie Lark has quite a few books and they're actually pretty short books, and I have a feeling I could get through them quite easy. I'm hoping to get through this one. I mean, it's under 300 pages, so I have a feeling I could get through quite a few of her books this year if I really tried. Then we have the beautiful Bridge Kingdom. I mean, look at how freaking shiny that is. If you saw in my book haul, I have had this on my radar for quite a while, but I hated the original cover, so I was going to originally read it on my Kindle, but I never got to it. I'm excited to actually get to it, especially now that I actually have a physical copy of it. Not that I don't like reading on my Kindle, I actually love reading on my Kindle. I read in my bed on my Kindle all the time, and it's actually quite comfortable, and it's just sometimes it's easier than holding a big book, especially like the hardback. I would love to read on the Kindle more than anything. Like, I read most of Zodiac Academy #7 on my Kindle because just holding those big heavy books is a lot sometimes. Now that I have a physical copy of The Bridge Kingdom, and I actually just bought the second one as well, so I will definitely be getting to these now. Then we have The Half King. This is another book that I did just pick up. I've seen Covers with Cassie talking about this recently, and it is also on her 425, and she's the reason why I picked this up, and I saw this one in store, and also just Gorgina, and it just sounds really good. But yeah, so it's about this guy who turns into a shadow at night, and fast approaching his 21st birthday. The curse would take full force on his 21st birthday if he doesn't break it. The premise of him turning into a shadow at night is actually very intriguing to me, and so I'm excited to read this. We have another book that I've had on my Kindle for quite some time, but I just haven't read it yet. I've been waiting for this to come out in a physical book, and Barnes finally had it, and I picked it up, and it's just so beyond gorgeous, and I'm so ready to read this. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This is another book that has taken BookTube and BookTok by storm, and everyone's talking about it, but I'm just so excited for this, and now that I finally have a physical copy, I'm just even more excited because I just love looking at this cover. I'm so ready to read this. Like, again, I'm in the mood to read everything. I could pick this up right now. I want to pick this up right now. But am I going to? No, I'm going to wait. I definitely want to do more vlogs in the future. So I definitely want to show you guys what I'm actually reading. I feel like I haven't been showing you guys what I've been reading lately because I do only read typically 6 books in a month. But I feel like I have been getting quite faster at reading. So I might actually be able to get more books throughout the month, and then I can also put out more vlogs, definitely. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.